they don't have a visitor parking. Sometimes they don't really have a parking lot, you know, and all the grades are in one big school, and I'm like, whoa, where do I go, you know? And so if you know where you're going to work, and it's worth the investment. If you're going to go to work with General Mills or 3M, I don't care if you live here and you're going to work for 3M in Oakdale, take that route, find out where it's at, find out where you need to go in, the entrance you need to go in. I was here 20 minutes early today, at least. I always try to be there early, and I'll tell you what. I was at a school in Brainerd. I had to leave at 5 in the morning or whatever. Got there early, saw the teacher. She was kind of panicked. Oh, what's he doing here? Got in, got my stuff set up, and she said, well, I thought it was a female speaker I was getting. I said, do you have a problem with the male speaker? She goes, no, but I just talked to her last week and confirmed it with her. And I said, oh, you booked with Julie. No, I don't think I did. I think I got 2 speakers coming. So then that speaker came, but I was already set up. So guess who got the job? I got the job. Now, would I have been bummed out to drive to Brainerd and not get that speaking job? Of course I would have been. But because I was there early, it's worth the investment. Your career is an investment. You need to do that. Don't procrastinate on this stuff. I got an opportunity for a speaking job in Louisiana for an orthodontics management company. They came to me, had heard of me some way, somehow, and they said, we need to see your one page and send us a little video clip. We need it by November 10th or 8th or whatever it was. So I got this thing at the end of October. Now, why wouldn't I just get it to them? Why wouldn't I, right? But the deadline was, say, the 10th. Why wouldn't I just get it out on the 31st or whatever I got? Because I have to the 10th, right? Why wouldn't I? So what did I do? I waited till the 10th. I had it all ready. I have all this stuff. Walked into my office, downloaded my emails. First thing I'm going to do after I get my emails is send this email out. But I got an email from them. So I thought, that's great because I got this email. I can just reply to them now and send it to them. And you know what their email said?
Where you going to find somebody?
Oh man, what's your name?
Arno.
At least you weren't right, but you are right, my friend. You were so right. They said, don't bother to send your stuff now because we've already hired another speaker that had sent stuff to them unsolicited, or maybe they had sent it to me and this other speaker and I didn't know, and this guy got on the ball and got it to him faster, or this gal got it to him faster. I thought they were just hiring me. Maybe they sent it to 2 or 3, but they said, we'll notify you in the future for future speaking engagements. Do you think that broke my heart? Do you think $10,000 would break your heart? That's what that decision cost me. $10,000. That hurts right now. I wish I had a tissue right now. It hurts. And do me a favor. Don't tell my wife that story. She will kill me. She will kill me. And I've never told her to go on YouTube now, because she'll really be able to see it. When you go in, be honest and be yourself. Right? What's the old saying? It's easier to remember the truth than it is a lie, so always tell the truth. When I go around, I always make a point, and I try to support that point with a story. Because if I can make a point, now you got the point now, if I reinforce it with a story, like I just told you that other story, then you're going to remember it, retain it better. It's going to apply better. The mind works better that way. I always say, whenever I tell stories, they're always real. They're always the truth. So if I bump into you guys again, I'm not going to have any issues. Sometimes I talk at schools multiple times in a year. Anybody hear of Edison? High school in Minneapolis? So I was in Edison one time, and I spoke in one quarter, and then I went to another quarter with a different teacher who always requests me, and I went in there to speak. And the first thing, I had 2 or 3 students come in, and then one guy goes, Mr. Dave Durham, we're going to be talking about power talk? I said, whoa, yeah. You going to tell me that story? I said, yeah, but I'll try to tell you some new ones, too, to keep it interesting. Tell me the same ones. I love them. Now, you think if I didn't have that story right, that guy'd be like, he's some kind of phony. I was with a big speaker in West Palm Beach, Florida, and he did a little improv training session to tell you how to relate. Now, there's 3 types of speakers. You have the type of speaker that memorizes everything. They're like an actor to the point when they go, they plan that. They plan it. They got it all down there. And they go, They're like actors. And then the second type of speaker is like they read from a teleprompter and they're real smooth, like the newscasters or stuff. They're really good that way. And then the third type of speaker is the type I am. I have a general outline. I know what I want to talk about. But if I did this workshop 30 different times, it would be a little different every time, but similar in the concept of what we're talking about. I mean, that's just how it works. Well, this guy was the type that was number one. And he's trying to sell us on that's the type of speaker to be. I don't like to be that type of speaker because if you're going the wrong way, you can't change gears. If you don't have your audience captivated, you can't change because you didn't memorize anything else. But he's up there and he's telling, and there were some people in the background that were waiting for our lecture that were early. And he's like, yeah, well, I go out to my nephew's t-ball game. And, he's trying to hit off the tee, those little tees, and he swings and he misses. And we all got it going. It's just great story. And then he gets done, and he wants to explain his methods. And he goes, yeah, I like that thing. I got a nephew, but I've never seen him play t-ball in my life. And I've never. And I'm like, why don't you get a different story then? What's your point? And these people heard it in the background, and they walked out. They didn't even want to hear the guy speak then. Because what's real about it? He's a phony. So that's my point. Be honest. Be yourself. Don't make stuff up, because it's going to come back and bite you every single time. It's not worth it. Don't say you're something you're not. What about George O'Leary? Wants to be head football coach at Notre Dame. Had a phony resume. Embellished on some things. Cost him his job.
Oh, this guy from Arkansas said he's committing to UCLA.
Oh, yeah.
Had a press conference. He had a press conference for it all, and he
Yeah.
being a recruiter, chose his hat.
Yeah, you saw it in Sports Illustrated. Right. He's a big guy, big offensive lineman. And he's going around and he's telling everybody, I'm going to UCLA. I will be the star at UCLA. He holds a press conference. Everybody in town comes in and watches it. And then they started checking it out. And he said Oregon too, didn't he?
I think so.
And no one had heard of the guy. And then he went into depression. Yeah, and now he's playing at a junior college and he's a backup. He's not going to start. The truth is easier to remember than any kind of embellished lie or story. So when you tell a resume, you go in an interview, just tell them, be honest. That's what they want to know about. They want to know about you. Be courteous, attentive. Show you're a good listener. Ask permission to take notes, depending on the job. But here's what I tell. When I do sales training, here's the key to connect. I need you, if I'm going to sell you something, I need you talking to me 51% of the time or more. Anybody have an idea why?
Because they know that you're listening to what they're saying and you understand.
Exactly. Because you're listening.
And you're paying attention.
You're paying attention. You're saying, you are important. I'm listening to you. And you want to smile, right? And nod your head, right? And you can make those, yeah, right? And that's good stuff. That's good. I'm not saying phony. I'm not saying be a phony, but that will help you with your listening skills. But if I get you talking 51% of the time and I'm trying to sell you something, I need to buy. I need you to like me. You're not going to buy if you don't like me unless it's something you absolutely have to have. So if you're willing, if you can get that person that's interviewing you, and he starts talking about himself and his family, and we like boating, and we love the Gophers, and we want to be the football quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, and